Sour grapes. I think I saw sour grapes the first time you did it.
You saw the live
I
staging.
saw the live show, right? So this is going to be interesting. First, give us an idea of what sour grapes is without giving anything away.
All right, sure. So we have a great cast of people coming together. Of course, we have Cherie McDonald Russell, Stephen Ray Johnson, who is on, and a host of other people who I will mention. Sour Grapes is a show about a woman who she has moved from the country, and she has become a member of the upper echelon of society.
Is
And
it?
in doing right, and in doing so, she has forgotten some of the values and some of the things that she learned as a child growing up. But that's because, boy, she did go through a whole heap of things as a child, as a young lady growing up. And so she has decided to live life on on her terms,
Got
and
it.
to live it in a way that she believes is all right and is okay. But essentially, she comes across as a very sour individual. She
Oh
comes
wow.
across as a sour
Oh
grape.
wow. As a sour grape. And
Yes.
so it's being hosted by, let me call it that, being hosted by a church, or at least a church organization. Would you refer to sour grapes as a gospel play?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Um, and it's not a, you know, I I really don't like the term a church play, because I think sometimes when people hear church play, they think, oh, it's gonna be some little cute, kind of, unprofessional foolishness. To be honest with you, no, 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 no. We definitely brought out the big guns for this show, and amidst the challenges, because we are in the middle of a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've put together some good work, and we just know that people are going to enjoy it. I don't know if the last time you saw it, you saw it live. I don't know if you were one of the people in the audience crying or bawling or moaning. I
Very
mean,
unlikely.
there were quite a few people. There were
I
quite a
did.
few people.
Yeah, I did get some feedback as well, but I was very unlikely to be somebody in the audience crying. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't do that. So that's
Okay,
a no.
all right.
All right, but speaking of big guns, Cherie, we are. Well, I mean, you seem like you're still trying to find the spot. At one point, it seemed like you found the right light, and now you're on the big stage. So you're gonna have to. We'll bear with you though. You are
Oh, I'm here.
no stranger to the stage and have done huge productions in Jamaica for years. So you're familiar with this. What's your well? I have. I will speak a little bit about the COVID. Doing a play in COVID times, but we'll come to that. Share with you your character. Share with us your character and what we can expect.
Well, good evening, everyone. As Craig alluded to, went through a whole lot and grew up with, as I say, I'm me at the sour grape and the whole thing. So, when you go through life and you don't know what to do, sometimes all your sadness turns to anger, and anger sours you. So it's
Mhm.
about dealing with that and finding God, finding your path to God to allow these things to be mended then through Him. So it's all about the relationship with God and what you have, and when you lose it, how you feel. So it's like a journey. It's a whole thing.
How relatable is this story to the Jamaican situation? You think?
Well, of course, during this pandemic, boy, if you don't find God, me no know.
Ah,
If you don't find God,
wow.
me no know when I go find Him, because it's taking a lot of prayer and a lot of faith and a lot of
Yeah,
trust to go through this, because as you know, the theaters have been closed since March, and I normally
March
work with
last year,
Jambiz in March of last year,
right?
and Jambiz was in the middle of Windscreen Posse at the time. And we tried to make a little relaunch in August, but they locked the place back down again. So it was like, okay. And since then, nothing, nada.
Wow.
So really, I have to. The big word that they're using is pivot. I really don't like using those words, but I've said that this shows you growth internally. You really have to grow internally and find who you are. Find the man, woman, or whoever the adult that you are, the
Right.
person that you are, and of course that links to faith. So yeah, it's
So
really
it's
relevant.
indeed we can all relate and need that sometimes. Stephen, your character, give the audience a sense of where you are in the mix of this lady and her journey, according to what Sheree was saying.
All right. Good evening, Kalando. Um, my role is Pastor Bennett, and I am one of the characters in the play that is trying to get um Cherie's character to to come back, to find her way back.
Yeah.
Not directly, however, I must say, it's an indirect role that I have, or slightly. It starts off indirect, I should say, and it
Mhm.
gets more personal. I believe that this character, who is a pastor, as I said before, his name is Pastor Bennett. He goes through an understanding, a slight understanding um, transitional period, pardon me, with the family, with the Sour Grapes family, and because of that, he gets a bit of insight into their family as well, and he gets to to bring some light, or to shed some light on her family as well. My daughter is trying to join the interview as well, so just give me a second, please.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
All right,
You're in her
yes,
space. Craig,
not time yet.
you're also you're a writer director, but you're also in the you have a role in here as well this time around.
Yep, I had to touch the stage.
Okay.
It
Ah,
had
Long
been a
overdue.
while.
Long overdue.
It had been a while, and you'll probably see that in the performance. That is long time. Craig not touched the stage, but yeah, man, I had to jump in, and as we were talking about, there are real challenges staging a production in COVID, and
yes.
in theater we say the show must go on. The show must go on, and so so that the show could go on, I had to just jump on stage and jump into two characters, actually. And they were fun characters, one more fun than the other. The other, um, is the father of Ruth, and we really see some of the
We have an understanding of what is
trauma,
brought her to
right?
that place. Yes.
Right. Some of the stuff that she went through. So yeah, so that was fun anyway.
What's the story you want people to take away? I know you have to run pretty soon, Craig. So give me that, and then maybe I'll throw a couple more questions at Sherry and
Sure,
Stephen. What do you
sure.
want people to take away from this? I mean, it seems like it's pretty obvious, as Sherry talked about, finding God, finding that path, having faith. But is there more? Are we not tired of that kind of story now? Is that all the pandemic has given us?
Well, boy, I tell you. Well, first of all, this show was staged pre-pandemic, and so we really don't talk a lot about the pandemic. I think only once we mentioned about being vaccinated and that stuff. But if you know anything about my shows, you know that they are always faith-based. There's always a very strong and powerful message about God and having a relationship with God. But there are also shows that talk about very real issues, like how sometimes people can be so spiritual that they're of no earthly good. How sometimes people in our family who are supposed to be supporting us, side with the people who are causing us a lot of pain and distress and emotional discomfort. It talks about it talks about love loss, but ultimately it talks about hope and the fact that God understands a lot of the pain that we are going through and experiencing. and that he's willing to meet us at that point of our need.
Great. Sherry, where did you go to find the understanding of Ruth is her name?
Oh, Ruth, yes.
Yes. How did you? What
Um,
made you understand her?
well, because I was in the first production, although in another role, I was privy to the storyline, which helped a lot, and privy to the background of this person. So I could actually identify from that side. But a part of it is just going through drama and trauma. I could see why sometimes, and this is so weird because what I take from it, sometimes you see some people and they're miserable on the road and you say, I want to know
Yes.
woman here. I want to her. What she going so far?
Right.
And people are saying, oh, she, what she going like? And people are going through it. And it's just for us. Because I'm saying, I took away just love people in the best way you possibly can because you do not know what their lives are like. You do not know what they're going through. And the love your neighbor as yourself, it's very hard sometimes when you see somebody, going on. But sometimes people just need the love and they're just acting out of the frustration of their homes, you know?
So
So
you were
I
able
had to think
to
about that.
empathize with her.
Yes, yes, yes. I was able to because she suffered a lot of loss. So, she it kind of came out that way. So, and I have suffered loss. So I kind of could have just dig deep and say, if I went, but I'm the kind of person who, when I go through something like that, I try to treat myself and deal with myself. But I could see where I could get real angry and, and
And
lose
so,
God and
And so,
sour and bitter too. Bitter.
Pastor, how do you, Stephen, in your role as pastor, how do you think Pastor Bennett, how do you think he navigated well this sour person?
I think he had a very good disposition towards her. I think he the play would have come in when he would have already had that type of relationship with her before, so he kind of understood how to deal with her in a sense. So I find that he was very hi he was very hands on, but at the same time he wasn't pushing too hard. He was still pushing, but he wasn't pushing too hard because he understood how to push with this particular one. So I think Pastor Bennett him kind of have our ticket, so to speak.
Sorry, Mavar, what?
Okay,
Ticket,
ticket.
ticket.
Me just
As in
hear
him
this
know how to
myself,
deal with her.
Kalando.
That's
Me
what I
just hear
meant.
that. Going through the whole play, I never did know.
That's good. Ready for now.
Well, I want to leave it at that. Anyway, Craig, you have to tell us how people can watch the production. I know it's on this. Is it this evening? Or
yes,
tomorrow?
the show is tonight in 50, in 50,
In 49 minutes.
in 49 minutes, right? In 49 minutes, the show will go live at Carib. Lord have mercy. Let me look for it and tell you. Carib Ticks. Yes, but I think there's a little bit more to it than that. Hang on. You think you know the thing and then you don't know the thing. All right. Right. So here we go. Right. So persons can get their tickets online at go.caribtix+. That's CARIBTIX plus.com/sour grapes. So that's go.caribtixplus.com/sour grapes. It's tonight. It starts at 7 p.m. Get your popcorn, get your ice creams, get into a comfortable seat and prepare to laugh and prepare to be touched.
Okay. So when you say get am I going to be comfortable or am I going to be provoked?
You are going to be provoked. Every show I write is provoking. I might as well just say it that it's real stuff. It's real life. It's reality. It's reality, but it is it's palatable.
All right. We can deal
Every
with
show
that.
I'm in, then give me a provoking character. I don't know why. Make people see me and hear me on the road. I
Because
do
you're
not know why.
provoking.
Because you're provoking. Well, and
No.
well, well, and apparently Pastor Bennett have Roots ticket. I'm not going to say Stephen has Sherry's ticket. I'm going to say Pastor Bennett has the ticket.
Has
So,
roots ticket, right?
You're
Right.
That's
right.
right. Get it right. That's
Definitely.
right.
It's free. It's
Right.
free.
so
It's
thank you. It
free.
was great to have you guys. It sounds like
Yeah.
it's going to be a very
We have to, if you don't mind, Kalando, we really have to big up the other cast members.
Yes,
We have to big up people like Shannon Jones. We have to big up Camille Smelly, Alex Anderson. We have to big up Cal John Morrison. And we also have to big up Susie
Camille.
Graham. Right, and Camille, and just a really big thanks to YRY and Angela Plunkett and her team for making this happen.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
like it's going to be a really good production. Well, a nice story to take in on the weekend. So if people can't get it on the weekend, as in if you don't get to this evening, is it going to be available still that at any time you could go on Carib Texas by and watch?
No, unfortunately. So if you
Oh.
miss it now, you will have to catch it when things reopen and we get to stage it live.
Ah, there you go, live
Right.
again.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks, Craig McNally, Sherry McDonald. What he says, Sherry Ellis. Oh, Sherry Elise.
Elise.
Yeah.
That's our stage name. Is it stage name that Sherry?
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to put stage name because some people don't know. Some people don't know McDonald Russell. Some Lord people, God, let's move on. Stephen
Yeah.
All right. All right. That's the cast of, members of the cast of Sour Grapes, which is happening tonight as part of the YRY 20th anniversary celebration. And you can get your tickets or you can watch the show at Craig. Remind us at
go.caribtixplus.com/sour grapes, or they can also go to spurropen.com. That's spurropen.com/sour grapes.
All right, great. Yes, Spur Open is one of our partners on the show. So go to spurropen.com. That's probably a lot easier than trying to remember whatever plus.
Right. Or I'm sure it's also on the Swallowfield Chapel website. They would have a
There you
link
go.
there as well. Right.
There are many places for you to connect and see these outstanding, talented characters bring our story to life and bring us a little hope at Christmas, eh?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
And let's pray that things open back up for December so we can really restage this in December and have a
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, you know what? I'm going to ask you to double up those prayers because I am doubtful, but I have hope.
At least you're honest.
That's a two-edged sword.
All right, thank you very much, guys. So we'll take a break and we'll come back with more on Engage Your Drive Time, Lifestyle, and Entertainment Choice right here on the Family Station of 101.
You're invited to listen to a recording of the annual missionary service of the Seventh-day Baptist Church. The service will be held on Saturday, November 13 at the Mountain View Seventh-day Baptist Church with speaker Reverend Carlton Ferguson. That is the annual missionary service of the Church of God Baptist Church in Jamaica. Listen on Sunday, November 14 at 9 a.m. for a recording of this service right here on Love 101, the family station.
Here is a reminder from Love 101, the family station. As we face this COVID-19 pandemic, be kind and support loved ones during this time. Check in regularly on others, especially those who are affected. Encourage them to keep doing what they enjoy. Share accurate COVID-related information with them to manage anxiety. I am Jonathan Fletcher from Love 101, reminding you to protect yourself while protecting others. Stay safe and keep it locked on Love 101, the family station.
The future holds promises and dreams for the youth that can be achieved through hard work, dedication, planning, education, and words of wisdom. The best advice for young people often comes from older folks who have lived their youth. We can't do without them. They are our guide. Being young is fun. It's exciting. Young people are physically strong, naturally more curious, and love taking risks and enjoying life. Trust me. To keep up with this free spirit, it is essential to keep them motivated. You know, John Gray says, never tell a young person that anything cannot be done. And I'll add, guide them and allow their dreams to become a reality. Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Hi, I'm Shivani Blair, your youth ambassador, reminding you to speak words of life over our young people. It's Youth Month. Let's evolve.
I'll lean on you, lean on me. We got this.
So we promised you as well a chat with. Well, did I tell you we're going to do that? Probably didn't. We're going to have a chat with author, edutainment specialist, behavior change consultant, and trainer Conroy Wilson on his 30-day success journey, which he calls Successories. Conroy.
Hey, Kalando, what's up, man?
What are you doing? I'm doing good. I mean, I'm very interested to understand this thing, Successories. You've designed a 30-day. That means you're doing something every day in the month of November.
Every day in the month of November. For
So you've
30
gone
days, yes.
12 days so far.
12 days so far, yes.
Got it. So welcome to the show. And
Thank you.
we want to, explain to us what the journey that you're on is and how you're gonna accomplish what the goals are.
So, you know, everybody wants to experience success. Whatever that looks like for them, maybe healthy relationships, it may be fulfillment in their jobs, in their career, maybe abundance in terms of their finance, maybe their relationship with their higher power. Whatever it is, everybody wants to experience that. And so for the month of November, I was invited by an international organization, the Universal Foundation for Better Living, which is a New Thought Christian organization, to write for their bi-monthly publication called the Daily Inspiration for Better Living. And basically it provides daily inspiration for persons with scriptural support. And I wrote the one for this November that is available at ufbl.org or at the local church in Jamaica, which is Universal Center of Truth for Better Living. And I wanted to, after writing, I said to myself, no, I need to find a way to be able to share this with people in a general way, because that one is really more New Thought Christian based. But I wanted to find a way to reach young people, not so much churchy, but still with some strong principles that people could work with on a daily basis. And so I came up with the term successories, which is similar to accessories. You know, you wear accessories every day. And so these gems, these spiritual truths, these success habits, these techniques that are shared daily are things that I'm encouraging people to wear as they would wear an accessory to experience their success story. So it's the play on the word successories.
Got it. So give me what are those things? You've done 12 days of it. Give us an example.
I've done 12 days. So the first day, I invite people to begin with self-evaluation. So it's basically to take stock of your life. What have you been doing? What are you currently doing? And what are you willing to do differently? Because if you're not willing to begin evaluation, then what's the point? You need some kind of benchmark to know where you're at, where you want to go, and what you have been doing to get there. And I encourage people to not look at that as a form of blame, because sometimes we look at ourselves and we blame ourselves for not reaching a particular place or for not doing a particular thing. And blame is not useful in moving us forward. So instead, I invite people to look and take responsibility, which is their ability to respond to whatever happens or comes forth in their experience. And they can choose in any moment to respond positively despite what is happening. So the world could be crumbling right now. We're in a pandemic. People have lost jobs. People have lost family. And it's not that any of that does not hurt, or you don't miss people, or it may not be painful, but you have the ability, you have that power to respond to it in that is empowering for you and that is beneficial and that can help you to move forward. And so that is what the first day is about, that ability to be able to take inventory. And then after you take inventory, then you start to take the steps on a daily basis to be able to move you from wherever you are now to the next successful place. But it's a 30-day journey. Each day I share one more nugget that you can use to move your life to a more successful place.
So, what would have inspired you to believe that this is something that you would be able to make a difference for people with? You could use this to really make a difference for people. Where did that come from?
The truth is that I am creative genius whose baseline, whose purpose. I'm so enthused by empowerment. I live my life based on being able to impact and empower people. I'm not from a well-to-do family, and so I've had persons who have provided a sense of inspiration and empowerment for me and for who I am today. And there's no end goal. So you're always growing and changing and evolving, because that's what life is about. And so I wanted to find a way in this month of November, which by the way is the best month in the year because it's my birth month. I wanted to find a way to give back
I mean, there's no bias in that
for
at
the
all.
month of November. No bias at all. No, it's a known fact. So I wanted to find a way to give back. And I said, what better way to give back than to teach people, to share with people how they can experience that abundant life that Jesus told them that they could experience now, in this moment, as opposed to waiting for some time, later in the future, by and by, where they can get it. But how right now, here on this earth plane, that they can be living the happy, healthy, successful, prosperous life.
Got it. So they've got another 18 days to go with you. How can people journey with you in the success series?
So success series is available. Wilson. It's available on Facebook. It's available on Instagram. It's just available on all of the social media channels at Conroy B. Wilson. I encourage you, one of the things at this morning I was thinking on the last day of success series that I encourage people to do is to pay it forward. Usually, at the start of these 30-day journeys, people tell you, watch this first part and then, you sign up because you have to pay for the rest. And this is not that kind of thing. At the end of the 30 days, I'm saying to you, pay it forward, share it with somebody else, so that even if it's one day, if you go through the 30 days, at least one day is supposed to touch somewhere that can make a difference in your life if you really implement that. And everybody can benefit from something from it. Every day might not appeal to you, but there's something in it for you. So, and you won't know unless you try it on and wear it like an accessory.
There you go. Thank you so much, Conroy.
Thank you.
Wilson, with his successories, which is a journey for the month of November. Well, I'm just going to say his birth month. I'm not so sure about the other part, about best month.
But the good thing to Kalando is that you can start anywhere in the journey. You don't have to start. Anywhere you are in the journey, you can start. If you want to start tomorrow, if you want to start today, it doesn't matter.
The only reason I'm inclined to slightly agree with you about November is that my mother is born in November. So I'm
good.
I favor the month for that reason. But that's it. All right, Conroy, thank you so much for passing by.
Thank you.
Folks can check him out online anywhere, Conroy Wilson, on all the social media platforms.
Conroy B. Wilson. Conroy B. Wilson.
Right, and join the movement and get your successories going.
Yes.
All right, so now I'm gonna tell you about what's happening for the weekend. Central Jamaica Conference of Seventh-day Adventists present an evangelistic series under the theme Jesus Now. This one starts on Sunday, November 13th, 2 days from now, and continues until the 27th. And you can tune in online at watchcjclive.com. That's watchcjclive.com. It's on at 7 o'clock in the evening. Not much happening this weekend except for, well, we just told you about sour grapes, which you can get information at spuropen.com on. I understand as well that there is a football match this evening. Jamaica is playing, is it El Salvador? I think El Salvador. And so you can, well, if you're vaccinated, I understand you can go to the stadium. If not, you can stay at home and watch it and cheer on the country. Yeah, and so I was telling you, not much happening this weekend, but you can definitely put some funds away for Vivacity Global Fest 2021. It's a 3-day summit of great conversation, fun activities, and meaningful networking for college students and young adults from across the globe, hosted by gospel artist and project manager Mark Johnson and student affairs specialist Leslie Lang. It's gonna be November 21 to 23 to register. It starts, I guess, registration, because the event is gonna be. Oh, right. So it starts on November 21 and goes until the 23rd. And if you want to register, you can visit vivacityglobalfest.com. A weekend rundown and event segment is sponsored by SpurOpen.com. SpurOpen.com is a Jamaican online platform for charities, churches, church events, charities, churches, event organizers, and small or micro business owners. Go to SpurOpen.com/events and register your event. Become a member. Click the button, get started now. It's